got you and your vibes in my mind, I can't get them out, no matter how hard I try. I need you and your heart next to mine, yeah, I'm all about keeping it you and I. When you're here, you spark chemical reactions, your aura strikes like lightning. Got no words, I'm just drowning in attraction. Only one way to describe it. It's electric, can you feel it? You got the only touch that takes me high. It's electric, I'm up in my feelings. Got double vision 'cause of you tonight. It's electric.
Welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking about the Star Wars Celebration. It's been a couple years since I bought my tickets. This was a pre-COVID event that got postponed, so the details of booking and everything might be a little fuzzy. What the celebration is it takes place in California and then also I believe in Chicago, and they alternate every 2 years. So this year was in Anaheim, so 2 years from now it'll be in Chicago. 2 years after that it'll be back in Anaheim. That's how it was back when I bought tickets. So it's like 4 years in between each location. You can get a 4-day pass for the entire weekend or single day passes, and they also have VIP. So let's go over the tickets. So Jedi Master is the VIP, it's $900. And it covers, the 4 days is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So then the 4-day pass is $195. The 4-day for kids, 6 to 12 is $75. And the daily passes are $80 for adults and $40 for kids. Originally I had bought the 4-day pass and then I got it refunded when COVID, and then I ended up rebuying just the 1 day for Saturday. So this is the badge that I got. And we were supposed to get lanyards when we checked in, but there weren't any, so I didn't get a lanyard. It's held at the Anaheim Convention Center, which is right by Disneyland, like literally across the street. And it took me about an hour to get there. And I go to events there all the time, and it's never an issue, and I always park at the Marriott, which is right next door to the convention center, and it's only like 20 bucks, and sometimes they like don't even charge you, like it just doesn't charge. So I've had great luck parking there. But this time they had a bunch of streets blocked off. They had a bunch of cops directing traffic, like literally like I don't know, 0.3 mile distance I saw 15 cops. It was very unnecessary. And I feel like it just caused like way more traffic and way more of a mess than if everyone was just able to find parking however they wanted to. But they were directing people to park like a half a mile away from the convention center, which is pretty ridiculous. So I got in the parking line because it was going by the hotels, but to get to the Marriott, it was blocked off, so I parked at the West End because it's also right next to the convention center. Parked there, no problem, plenty of parking. So then I walked over to the convention center and I didn't check in. Like literally no one scanned my badge at all. Not once. All I did was get this wristband which says that I'm COVID negative and have gotten vaccinated. That's it. So if you want to go, just go, I guess. Like it doesn't really make any sense. And then as far as security goes, I just walked through a metal detector and like with my bag and everything and nothing beeped. And they were like, okay, you're fine. So I don't know, they didn't even look at my bag. It was just like a whole weird thing. It was kind of confusing because I felt like there was gonna be more to it, but no, you can just walk in, it doesn't matter. So then I was looking around, there were like 3 levels of the convention center, and I decided to do the bottom level first, which was like the main exhibit hall. And I don't know, I feel like everything was just like merchants. Like it was all just selling stuff. It was that and like random photo ops here and there. And I don't know, I don't really like that. It was just like store after store after store, and it was like the same stuff. It was like t-shirts and toys and like collectibles and stuff like that. So it was just like very, very redundant. Something cool that they did have was a tattoo area, and it was a while ago, I don't know how long ago, but they put out a notice that if you wanted to get a tattoo, you could try to reserve with the artists. There were a couple artists that were also available today, so you could stop by and get a tattoo. The tattoos were just for like little flash pieces, like a couple inches, were like $200 to $250. Yeah, so that's a lot. And then other than the tattoo pavilion, they had like a gaming area where you could play Star Wars like tabletop games. And then they had an area where it was like some lightsaber troupe. They would do like skits and stuff. And they had like a diorama area. I don't know how you sign up to be part of it, but there were people there and you can like help build the diorama of the Mandalorian. And it's like a bunch of different little like scenes, and you get these little kits and you have to like put it together, and they're like little miniatures, and then yeah, it's like a giant group thing. So that was pretty cool. And they also had like a little art section. There's art all over the place, but they have like a specific section for like art. It's like, it's not even just Star Wars related. It's like, I saw like Indiana Jones stuff, and it's like Disney stuff as well. There's also a Star Wars kids section. It's like a little stage, and kids can like watch different shows and ask questions and learn how to use a lightsaber and stuff like that. And other than that, it's just the stages where all the panels take place. It's kind of underwhelming. I did do a couple of the photo ops, which was pretty cool. Here's one. And then they turn it into a GIF, and you have to download the Discord and join their Discord, and then you could download your GIF. And then there was another, what is this? Tops Digital. They do the Star Wars Galaxy. Oh, actually, no, I'm lying. They do like some sort of like trading card thing. It's like a trading card app. And so they had some posters. So there's this one, and then there's also this one, and they have these drawstring backpacks, headphones, lanyards. And that was it for them. And you got all that just by downloading the app, which is cool. And the service at the convention center sucks. So you just have to like show that you tried to download the app, and then they give it to you. And then the same place I got this photo taken, they also had these little pins. It was like an LG booth, so it's just an LG pin. And then there was the EA Galaxy of Heroes booth, and you could try out the game, and then if you downloaded the game or showed you tried to download it, you also got some freebies. So you got these sunglasses, which are actually pretty cool. They're like a solid weight too. Like they seem like pretty legit sunglasses. You got this charging bank, and then you also got a water bottle. So those are pretty good freebies for just attempting to download the app. So that's all I got as far as that. So I don't know. I feel like I don't even know if I'd say I'm like a casual Star Wars fan. I've seen all the movies, I've seen all the shows, like I've seen it all. But I feel like this convention was just like not for me. I feel like it was for more like hardcore Star Wars fans, which kind of sucks because like I wanted to go and like have a good time and experience everything, but there were just not a lot of panels that were interesting to me. And I mean, there are some like major panels where they announce like upcoming things, like shows and stuff, but for those, they're normally the first panels of the day, and you have to like sign up for the lottery to get into those. And I didn't get into the one for this morning. And then you can try to standby line, but there's no guarantee you get in. And it was just like a lot of lines and waitings for the panels. Like people were just like sitting on the floor all over the place, just like waiting. And I feel like a lot of the major panels are being streamed, or you like get all the information right after. So those seem kind of like not worth it. I mean, I get if you want to be in the same room as whoever the special guests are, that's cool, but it just seems like a lot of time when you could be doing other stuff. They also have photo ops and autographs, and the major person this year was Ewan McGregor. His photo ops and autographs were $300 a piece. So that's a lot. And they sold out, of course, because who wouldn't want to meet him? But yeah, that's kind of crazy. And then Billie Lourd was also there. I think her stuff was like $150 a piece. So there is opportunity to meet these people, but it's gonna cost you definitely a pretty penny. So let's do some examples. So here's some examples of the panels going on. All right, let's see. So a lot of the things that seem like cool that I would want to do are for the kids. They're like in the kids section, like armor building, there's like lightsaber training, like all this stuff seems cool, but it's all for like the children. And then everything else that's like for the adults, it's, let's see, there's Tales of the Jedi, which is an animated anthology shorts, and there's a panel about that. There's mindfulness exercises, Star Wars food and fandom. There's a podcast, like a live podcast, Coffee with Kenobi. Yeah, it's just kind of like a bunch of random panels. So there's like another panel where it's all about the droids, and the builders talk about the droids and like making them and whatnot. Star Wars oddities, where they go over rare collectibles. So it's stuff like that, and like Q&A with the art department. Yeah, it's just like a lot of behind the scenes, like super detail stuff and like type of panels. Yeah, so the panels just weren't really for me. They didn't really seem like I would totally just like gone into one and sat in on one, but none of them were just like walk in. You had to wait in line for all of these, and they were all full, so just wasn't worth it for me. And when I was leaving, I noticed that there wasn't any traffic or people directing traffic. So I got there at the festival or the convention is from 10 to 7. I ended up getting down there around like 10:45, and then I left around 2. So I was only there for a few hours. But when I left, there wasn't like traffic or anything. So definitely go later in the day if you don't want to be caught up in that. I don't know how it is leaving, but it seemed fine when I left early afternoon. And so I went to get my car and I'm leaving. I'm like, yeah, I'm so close. I don't have to walk a mile. I was parked for 3.5 hours and it was $56. Bitch, what? Like, I don't understand why it was so expensive. Oh, and I didn't even mention like the food situation, because that was also another issue that I had. So they have food trucks down below out front of the convention center, and they were just like not good options. And the lines for the food was just like crazy long for everywhere. For the food trucks, for like the food court inside, for just everything that had food related items, the lines were ridiculous. And there were like no good vegetarian options, definitely no vegan options. So it kind of sucked. Like by the time I left, I was just like really hungry, and I ended up getting food on the way home. But yeah, that was disappointing. So I think overall, it wasn't for me. So I would give it a 7 out of 10 for my experience and what I'm into. I mean, if you're into like the behind the scenes stuff and like you want the history and you want like super detailed looks into the Star Wars universe, then like, okay, cool, it might be more your thing. But if you've just like seen all the movies and the shows and stuff, I don't know, it wasn't for me. I was kind of bored, and after those few hours I was definitely ready to leave. Not a very good time. It was cool seeing everyone's cosplay and all the droids running around, and I do want to try to make my own droid, but I feel like that hobby is probably way out of my price range. But I do want to look into it because it's so cool. They're just like driving them around all over the place. It was really cute, and there were also a lot of little kids dressed up, so that was cute too. Alright, so that's it for this one. I think the next thing I have coming up is VidCon, which is at the end of June, so I'll be posting that next month, and I'll see you then. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you later. Bye!
Like you do, yeah. Like you do.